What is up, guys? Petrified here, back with another Phantom Forces video, and you guys have been asking for a tips and tricks type video for a very long time now, for at least a couple months. And I decided to actually put one together today. Now, I have 5 tips that will actually help you in-game just a tiny bit to make you slightly better. Obviously, these tips are not going to make you instantly better at the game, but as you use these tips more and more, it will overall make you better at the game. Now, getting into these tips, they're kind of... You know, if you're experienced in the game, they probably won't help you. But if you're newer to the game, like between rank 50 and under, maybe up to a rank 100, because I've seen somebody recently talk about a couple of the tips I've said recently in some videos that they never actually used that before. So it's very possible people that are on rank 100 will not know these tips. But if you're under rank 50 and under, I don't think everybody knows about this. That's basically what I'm saying. So getting straight into the top 5 tips I have for you. Some of these tips will have an extra tip with it, so it's like top 8, top 7, something like that. Anyways, getting to the first one is minimap / marking. So if you guys don't know how to mark enemies, you just press E while looking at an enemy or a squad of enemies. It'll put a red little dot above them. Also, we'll put them on the minimap for a little bit. If they hide in cover, they will disappear from the minimap. But if your teammates or anybody has a sight on them, they will not go off the radar. So minimap is very, very important. So that's at the bottom left. Also, if an enemy shoots, they will also be marked on the minimap for you guys. And the minimap is very, very important. Sometimes they do get marked on the map whenever they hop on objectives. There's lots of things that go into the minimap that will help you guys out overall. So if you continue to look at the minimap, don't just like sit there and stare at it as you're running. Obviously, you need to look forward to see who's in front of you, and just in case you get shot in the back or from the side. But the minimap will help you a lot if you're able to look down real quick and also try to concentrate on your main focus, which is the middle of the screen, so you can see everything. But minimap is very important. Now, the second tip I have for you guys, a lot of people should know, and if you don't, you need to know this, is drop shotting. Now, some people don't know it as drop shotting. They just see it as crouching or laying or whatever. You can actually lay all the way to the ground mid-gunfight. And now, some people think this is difficult if you're not experienced with using multiple keys at once. Then this might be hard for you, but your pinky is literally right next to the control. It's right under shift. If you have a keyboard that has one there, I don't know what keyboard doesn't, but if you do have one there, all you need to do is press control once and you drop all the way to the ground. This will affect your enemy a lot. You guys see me do this a lot in my videos, and it still has yet to be predicted in every single gunfight. You're going to go up against some good players that do predict that, but it's very rare when they do actually think you're going to drop shot. I don't know. The way Phantom Forces works, the character models don't really function the way it does on everybody's screen. It's very weird how it works, but drop shotting will help you out a lot. Again, a lot of people don't call it drop shotting, they just call it laying down. But I call it drop shotting because I'm a Call of Duty player, and the same thing's in Call of Duty. So I do recommend doing that mid-gunfight while you're shooting somebody. Just press control. It's not hard. Just practice at it. If you guys can't do it properly, over time it'll just become like a thing that you do almost every gunfight, and it does help out. The third tip I have, you guys will see me doing it a lot more in gameplay since I'm actually being a little bit more of a tryhard. I'm not trying completely, but I'm being a little bit more of a tryhard by diving / high jumping. A lot of people have been questioning how I'm jumping so high in games and stuff. So basically, this movement can be used by either running, sprinting, and pressing Z while you're holding down your shift button and moving forward. And you could jump and dive forward. Now, that's just a regular dive. That's not jumping high. If you hold down shift and W, look where you want to dive, press Z as you're holding all those down, you will dive forward. Or you can quickly swipe your mouse to the left as you're doing that, and you can dive to the left. It's kind of difficult to understand, but after you go into a private match or just go into games and go into the back of the map or something and practice it, you'll get it down, and then you can use it in gunfights. Now, high jump. A lot of people question this a lot. A lot of experienced players know all about this. But if you're not experienced, high jump is basically used with spacebar and doing the same thing you did with a regular dive. So you just want to do the same thing. Hold down shift, forward with a W, and just look where you want to dive. Press spacebar, then Z slightly after you hit spacebar. Look slightly up in the air, you will dive a little bit higher. It's not the easiest thing to explain, but after you go in game and you try exactly what I just said, it should be pretty easy. So shift, hold down W so you're running forward, jump, and then press Z or X. You can use either Z or X to jump. It's whatever you guys are more comfortable with. Either one will make you dive in the air. Coming in for the fourth tip I can give you guys is suppressors. Now, a lot of people don't know about suppressors, how they work in this game. They only work up to a certain distance. So if let's say you're on highway and you're shooting from the highway lot all the way across to the other side of the spawn, you'll be marked on the mini map even if you have a suppressor. Now, if an enemy is close to you, I would say about 10, 15 studs, maybe 20 studs away from you, you won't be on the minimap when you kill their enemies. So make sure you guys use that properly and understand if you're like, wait, how do you know I was there when I have a suppressor? If you're not close to the enemy while you're shooting your suppressor, you will be put on the minimap just like you don't have a suppressor. So I know it's weird. I know how suppressors are really weird in this game, to be honest with you. But I mean, it makes it where it's not too overpowered in a way. But you have to be up close and personal for them not to see you on the radar. So suppressors are useful, but only at a certain range. Now, the fifth tip I can give you is the most important thing. Everybody watches all these YouTubers to see their sensitivity. People ask for their sensitivity. Everybody asks for certain class setups, everything like that. As class setups will help you figure out your favorite gun, but it's not necessarily what you should be using. For example, I use the Honey Badger. I love the Honey Badger. Most of you guys that use the Honey Badger say, wow, I can't do what Petrified does with this gun. It sucks. It's all playstyle, guys. It's how you play and how you can use the weapon. Just because I'm good with a certain weapon doesn't mean the gun is going to be perfect for you. I put out class setup videos. I put out my favorite guns on a video to help some of you guys out to try to find your favorite gun. Just because I put it out doesn't mean that gun's going to do what I can do with it. So using what you like, what you think you will like, is the most important thing. Using your sensitivity that you're close to, or not close to, comfortable with, is very, very important, because if you're trying to use other YouTuber sensitivity, it's not going to work out for you, because everybody has a different how they use sensitivity. I'm a Call of Duty player. I used to be a Call of Duty player on console, so I like to use slower sensitivity. So a lot of you guys probably won't like that. I use slow. I'm trying to up my sensitivity so I can go a little bit faster, because I do play faster with higher sensitivity. So if you guys are trying to do that by upping your sensitivity, I wouldn't recommend it. Just do what you're comfortable with, what fits for you, and it will make you better overall. So those are the 5 tips I have to help you guys out in Phantom Forces. I know they're not amazing tips, but they will help you overall. If you guys are experienced players, you guys already know all these. I'm sorry that these tips didn't help, but hopefully, even if you're experienced, I maybe helped you with a couple things. Now, if you guys are new to the game, this will help you out a lot and give you a big advantage against your other enemies if you learn how to use these properly. Like I said, you can either go into a private server, if your friend has one, or if you have one for yourself, go in there and practice jumping high, drop shotting while shooting and everything like that. And overall, just try to find your favorite weapon that fits for you. Just because I upload these videos, like I said, doesn't mean you have to use those guns because I think they're good. If they fit for you after I make up the video and you decide to use the gun too and it works for you, then keep using it. If you guys would like to see more top 5 tips and tricks in a future video, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Also, if I helped you in any way, hit that like button. Also, tell me down below what you didn't know and what I helped you with. That would be very appreciated to me, because I would like to know who I'm helping and how many I'm helping out with these top 5 tips. I do have a lot more I can do and give you guys in the future, so make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Anyways, I'm going to go. Thank you guys all for the research support on the channel. I really do appreciate it. We're almost hitting 2,000 views per video. That's insane. So thank you guys so much for that. I love you guys. I'm going to go. Peace out.